And the thing that actually shakes the market might be something nobody's thinking of. Like, for example, if an alien exits one of these drones in New Jersey. But I'm trying to be realistic. These are the things that I think we need to have in front of us.
Going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust, and we will save over $7 trillion a year. 6 to 8% of global GDP is wasted by the friction of the trust industry that's necessary when you have dual entry accounting. With triple entry accounting, which is what a blockchain is, we get rid of all of that friction. It's a beautiful future.
Like what you see in China and their social credit scoring systems, right? If we get identity wrong, it could be a tool to enslave humanity. And if we get it right, it could be a tool to liberate humanity. And as an American, I'm obviously rooting for the one that's on the side of freedom.
Bitcoin is an international asset. And also, I do believe the role of crypto is, it's digitizing gold.
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of a huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in in ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. And if we could have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
Chinese bank ICBC has been hit by a ransomware attack, and the U.S. Treasury market, as a result of that, has been disrupted. This, according to the Financial Times. We're getting it more right now with Bloomberg's Sonali Basak. Sonali, what do we know?
Listen, we have the Financial Times now reporting that ICBC, one of China's largest banks here, was hit with a ransomware attack. And remember, they're a very significant intermediary in the Treasury market. The SIFMA has told its members that this has been part of the reason here that the system is kind of clogged up, if you will, during that auction that we saw a little bit before. The attack had prevented ICBC, according to the Financial Times, from settling Treasury trades on behalf of other market participants. A large executive at a major bank also telling the paper that such a large party on the fixed income clearing corp creates major concerns, potentially impacting the liquidity of Treasury markets.
Now, it was not just a poor auction. It was absolutely lousy, and when the dealers have to step in to save a treasury auction, that's a rare occurrence. And
welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the books Cryptoteacher and the new Road Order book. Remember, the New World Order book shows you how the world really works, and it is definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep, especially in the times that we're in right now. And 2024 is going to be one of our most entertaining years. We have the presidential election. We have the drums are beating. We have the emerging markets going to be flipping the switch on the fourth industrial revolution. And they finally start to cut rates. And we know Japan is going to start raising rates. And those trillions of dollars that are sitting in money market accounts are going to start flowing over to the emerging markets. And we know the master magicians are about to set up that distraction so they can cut rates while we still have inflation. And in the fourth quarter, once the election is over, the movie begins. And also, guys, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 Kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, much love to those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon. Much love. Keep it coming. Guys, if you're not a part of the Patreon, make sure you're donating to the channel through the actual Cash App. But guys, this next Bitcoin and crypto bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure you have the cryptos that have real utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And right now we have Bitcoin and crypto down, but then we also have stocks pulling back big. Don't forget we have futures contracts ending today, so this definitely shouldn't be any surprise. I told you this week would be a roller coaster ride. And the first quarter of next year is going to be a roller coaster ride. But we know at the beginning of January, we started over. We do this every single month. At the beginning of January, those first 3 days, we probably will have a pullback. But December 31st and January 1st of 2025 will be the only game in town, so we should get liquidity and then pull back. And then we know they need collateral on the 5th, but the 5th falls on a Sunday. So that Monday, we should start moving up. But there's a lot of movies in this first quarter of next year. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, and I'll go over that later on in the video. So make sure you're paying attention to the actual indicators. We have yield rates right now are down overall. The 10, 20, and 30, of course, is moving up. We know no one wants this long-term paper. Now we have the dollar pulling back right now, but still strong. And again, the BOJ is going to change all that. And we know Trump wants to devalue that dollar. And then we have volume and crypto slightly up. We have Tether and USDC. And we have the Korean won exchange rate has hit a 15-year low, prompting South Koreans to convert Korean won into BTC and Tether on Upbit, where there's a 3 to 5% premium is observed. And as the dollar stays strong, we know when it comes to the emerging markets, they're going to move to these stablecoins because it's keeping their purchasing power. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, and don't forget, that's all part of the plan. And then, of course, we have the Fed. Repo at $196 billion yesterday. Make sure you're pulling that on a daily basis during the week. And we have the Fed, even though they cut this month, which we know all the data shows they shouldn't, we know they're going to pause because inflation is sticky. And that's all because of corporate greed. Again, we know that's all part of the plan. But in January, we have supply chain issues. And then in the first quarter of next year, we have the debt ceiling issues. We also have Trump talking about tariffs. And then also we have the drums are beating. And we know eventually in 2025, China and Taiwan are going to bump heads, which AI is going to take a hit. And then also chip stocks are going to take a hit. But that's only going to be temporarily. Remember, Trump has 4 years to get us on a level playing field and land us in this fourth industrial revolution. But in order to get us there, they're going to play the Hegelian dialectic. And we know the Hegelian dialectic is undefeated. So while the people are looking one way, the money is being ran in the back door in order to build this fourth industrial revolution. And that's where the robots, algorithms, and drones take the economy over, pay each other with crypto, and the sheep go inside the metaverse. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have the Bitcoin, Ethereum spot ETFs, BlackRock, Fidelity, and Grayscale. Bitcoin, Ethereum spot ETFs right now are down. Now getting over into a little crypto news. We have vote to use BlackRock'S Buidl as backing asset for Frax stablecoin goes live December 27th to January 1st. And we see BlackRock has its fingerprints on the whole digital economy. We see it in the Bitcoin ETFs, but don't forget they're investors in MicroStrategy. They're invested in tokenizing energy. And we know DeFi is definitely the new banking. And never forget Bitcoin was supposed to replace the big banks. But guys, we know when it comes to Bitcoin and crypto, these big banks and big corporations have been funding it from the beginning. And remember, the crypto teacher told you it was a master plan by the central banks. Now we have MetaMask has introduced the gas station feature, enabling users to cover gas fees even with efficient native assets. And lastly, we have Vivek and Trump link Strive files for Bitcoin bond ETF, investing in convertible bonds issued by MicroStrategy and other corporate Bitcoin buyers. And then also we have Bitwise has filed for a Bitcoin Standard Corporations ETF with the SEC. Stocks of companies who have at least 1,000 Bitcoin in the corporate treasury. And this is a couple more exposures to Bitcoin. But don't forget how many big corporations, you're talking about with hundreds of billions of dollars sitting on the sidelines. We have pensions with trillions of dollars they can invest, but with no regulation, they're not going to come in. But we will see regulation pushed in 2025 and 2026, and that's going to push the utility of this space. And that's when we're going to see trillions and trillions of dollars flood in for this fourth industrial revolution. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because he knows when it comes to the NWO, it's all planned out. But guys, all I have for you. Don't forget about the books, Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get home stocks, the Seaver, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money, what are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Drama Team. Save the village. Part 2. King Yashu and Grandma Tate save New York from COVID Stories 3. Part 3. King Yashua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.